Speaking of creeping people out, Antonio Conte is gone. It's a new era of freefall for the Tottenham. And man, this is I
Such a
really,
blow.
really, really hope that Everton can pull one out. But because Stellini, who will be coaching, has had some success, and he's kind of the only person that's had anything positive at Spurs
Right.
as far as coaching goes. I gave it a draw. I gave it a 2-2. I think it'll be an interesting game. You got to shout out Harry Kane. I mean, he is now England's all-time leading goal scorer for what that's worth without trophies. But
Doesn't mean anything if you can't bring home
I
though.
mean, it's objectively sad. Like
Right.
how does England's
Number one goal scorer not
have not but an Audi Cup?
Yep.
His name.
Because he made a decision. That's choice.
He made a choice to stay. He could have left.
Because even when he had
The
a
trash.
chance to go and he could have pushed to go to City, he didn't. Like, he said something, and he kind of, forgive my French, he half-assed his way out. He's like, I do kind of want to go. And then he didn't. And that's what he got. He gets what he deserved. Either you go all the way full booty or nothing.
He caught the same thing. You mentioned it one time in one of the earlier podcasts. The same reason why Zaha is at Palace, the same reason why Mitro's at Fulham, the same reason why Tony's at Brentford. He became their hero, and he's comfortable there being their hero, and he doesn't want nor need to do that anywhere else. And it's sad because I think he has that mindset, and but he has the talent that kind of transcends those other guys.
He has to hear these conversations, though. We're not the only people saying this. Like,
I know, yeah.
There's got to be people around him that are telling him, "Look, man,
it's too late now." Like,
is it though? He's like
not.
29.
It's not.
He's there till 2025. He's there for the next 2 seasons.
It doesn't have to be.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not too late for him, because, and this is no knock on Arsenal, but Robin van Persie, even though he did win things,
Immediately what I
before
thought
he went
of.
to United, he left, and I think, I mean, if United is smart, they go for Kane next year. I'm not saying I want them to have him, but if they're smart, they go for Kane. Kane does the Robin van Persie V2. You know, if I'm him, that makes sense to me, because even though I'm no fan of United, they did win a cup. You think Harry Kane's career would be upset that he wins the a Manchester City Invitational Cup? I think he'll be fine with it. And you look at that, because I think I picked them to win, if I'm not mistaken. And
Just said 1-1 actually.
did I? Okay, well, either way, the thing about it is that I look at that and I think Kane will score, but it's something about the lure of, you got to get out of Spurs before it's too late, because was it before this season, Sonny's dad was like, hey, you need to go somewhere else, or you're not a loser,
it was
or something
before
like
this
that.
season.
But think about it. You got the two best players on the team. People are like, hey, you need to go, because they're trash.
A dumpster fire. Even one of the best managers in the world just literally said that on international interview television, said the exact same thing. I have never been at a club that has never wanted to win anything with so much talent and so much money. They're comfortable losing. They don't want to be pressured.
The amount of money they can make from selling Kane and Son will be the equivalent of Coutinho money. And then they can just Coutinho money.
It's the Bale 2.0. But here's the thing: is Kane's contract does end at the end of the 2024 season, so he will be free for the 2025. That means he'll probably leave the club for free, but granted, he'll be 31, 32 years old.
But if Spurs is smart, and I don't know if I said two things that go together, but if Spurs is smart, why would you not? So that means Kane has a year left. This is when you're supposed to sell him. Or more than a year left. Because if you don't sell him now, you're not getting anything.
You're not going to get anything for him.
But as we know, this is the history of the Tottenham.
Does he stay in?
Who
Does
came
he stay
in?
in Europe?
Fool.
Came in when
Or does
Gareth
he?
Bale was sold? Who came in when Gareth Bale was sold?
I don't know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh
You don't
no,
even,
they bought Dele Alli. They bought we know this. It's they bought
but
like 10 guys.
exactly. They bought about 10 guys and no one did, and they did nothing. No one
Did
did
nothing.
anything at Spurs.
Right.
But
In that
they
time,
made Champions League.
Arsenal didn't buy a single player that summer.
Sanchez.
But no, we did. Arsenal did not buy a single player that summer. That's right after Bale was sold, and it was this huge thing. And we played Tottenham on the second game of the season. And we beat them 1-0.
No, I was saying Tottenham bought with the
Yeah,
Bale money. Yeah.
even if they do sell Kane and Son and make a whole bag of cash, they're not going to do anything with it.
They won't win.
They're not going to do anything with it. So
When a serial winner and someone with the
But
passion that Antonio Conte has and brings to any club, it does not matter.
but
He brings that to the field. When he
here's
comes out and says they can't win, they're not going to win, man.
but here's where I think they'll counter that. And now I'm actually more bullish on them selling Kane and Son for this reason. They have to hire a new manager next year. And
Yes.
what better thing to do than have a full, and I actually don't know what this word means, but I've heard
A
old people say it,
blank
have a
check.
full kitty, right? Or a blank check, but of money for a new manager to come in. So you
Yeah.
don't even have to give the new manager your money. You're giving them the money that they just got. And you're saying, hey, I got this 100 mil for, or 80
Tempting
mil for Kane.
project.
And then you got probably 60 for Son. So you're bringing in a new manager that's young with and you have a decent foundation because Lloris will be there even though he's not good like that anymore. You got a leader and you got some decent pieces and you're like, here's 160 million dollars, £1 million. Go buy who you want. I mean, if I'm a manager, even though I wouldn't, but if I'm a manager, that Spurs job looks more attractive now because I'm
maybe a
picking who
bit.
I want.
If they can trust Levy to let that situation develop, to give some
Right.
manager that much freedom, it doesn't seem like, because that's where it all comes back, right? It just seems
Right.
like in the end, every manager has butted heads with Levy and not been able to do anything. Even Poch, who is arguably Spurs' best coach of late, uh, you know, they didn't give him that situation. So even if they
And,
do sell, even if they do make 160 mil balls, they're gonna, spend it on the racetrack or, on a new
well,
concession stand or something
but
dumb.
here's why I think it sounds more realistic because they got Pochettino from Southampton, right? I think that's where he came from, right?
Yep. Yep.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and Southampton was an up and coming team. So if I'm Levy and I want to recreate at least what Pochettino gave me, which was a Champions League final run, then I'm selling and I'm getting up my 160 mil, 170 million, and I'm bringing a guy from one of the up and coming teams. And so let's look down the table at like, hey, who's impressive and impressing with little to nothing.
As
So
a
the first
Deserving.
player,
person,
Just rate Brighton. Deserving.
I was about to say Brighton. I'm like, you go get the
Yeah.
Brighton manager, and I think you can make a run with it because the Brighton, if you're the manager at Brighton right now, and you say, hey, I'm going to put you in London in this stadium, and here's
Sure.
160 million. You can go pull the guys from your team you want, and it's not the same thing that Potter got, where we're not expecting you to win stuff. We're expecting you to just get us top four, get us in the Champions League, and here's 160 million, and you got a decent, solid foundation. I think if I'm the Brighton manager, I'd take that job.
I don't know. Especially
I mean,
not
Brighton might end higher than the Spurs.
exactly.
That'd be
Yeah.
a step down for him
It
in
would be.
terms of.
But
Not
but
in terms of his
but you
career.
think about it. But next year they
Is
would
it
be
though?
in.
Spurs don't win
They'll
anything.
be in
What's the difference?
Champions League. I don't know, man. I don't know.
If you
If
don't win
Spurs,
anything, what's the
are not,
difference?
if
If,
Spurs are
if
not
Spurs
there,
do what I'm saying, it's an attractive job. It's in London. It's a giant stadium. There is
I
some name
mean,
recognition. I
if they plummet down this table,
oh yeah,
this
if
season
it's
ain't over.
dumpster fire, no, and
Season ain't
they don't
over.
even they can't they
Spurs
don't have a
finish
sporting
eighth.
director.
If they finish eighth, It's over. No
Yep, they don't have a sporting
director,
director, no coach,
But
no
that
Kane, no
makes it.
son. Who's
no
gonna
Kane, no
See, that
Son.
makes.
want to come
But
to
see,
that?
that makes it easier to sell Kane, to sell Son, and to get one of those mid-table Premier League managers that looks like they got something kind of brewing, and it makes it easier to get one of those guys.
What did my man get banned for? Like, I caught the article, I sent it to you guys, but I can't, like, it's not coming to the top of
Who?
my head. What did he get? FIFA banned him.
Oh, the sporting director. Well,
The sporting
they
director.
like extended his ban or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like
it's
an
like
old,
30 more
it's like
months or something, right?
it's like an
Yeah.
old thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So there isn't going to be more ramifications to the club where they're going to catch
No, it's
issues.
just
No, I
Okay.
think it was
It's
just a
just
him
him.
thing.
Yeah, that's what I
that's
thought.
it. But yeah, if they finish below Brighton,
Oh, that'd be
it'd be dumb to go.
to go. And
You
especially
know?
after the two most winningest managers, not most winning, two of the most winning managers
I
in the
don't think
recent
that plays as
history.
big a role though, because
I wouldn't go.
De Zerbi doesn't have that kind of a CV yet, so it's not like he's tarnishing anything, But what do you think? Bringing it back in, X. What do you think of the score line here? I've said 2-2. Lewis has said 1-1.
Y'all both went with draws.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Everton have at least a goal in them at home. They're going to be strong. They're going to kick. They're going to
Yeah,
really hit people. That's what they do.
I think it's going to be.
Iwobi's going to have some extra little ex-Arsenal man's going to have an extra little impetus.
I almost just gave the Spurs a win there. Ugh. I almost just said it was going to be 1-0 Spurs.
Bold pick.
Bold pick.
Right.
I'm going to go 1-1 on this one just so I don't have to give them the win.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
The Spurs hate is strong.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no.
Yes.
No.
The chickens.
The
Yeah.
chicken.
The chickens aren't going to do much. Yeah. Well, it's
They got
looking
a tough run coming up, dude. They got Brighton. Bournemouth will be an easy game, but then Newcastle, Man U, Liverpool.
nothing's easy for them.
Oh, that's
Nothing's
tough.
going to be easy for
With
them.
no coach, they are so screwed. It's awesome. I love
I
it.
love it.
I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for it.
I'd love to see it. But yeah, it's going to be a really exciting weekend.
I
In
got
the
a random thought that just came to me. Ivan Toney to Spurs.
No, God,
No,
please.
God, please,
Ivan
no.
Toney to Spurs.
Ivan Toney's going to be lucky if he's not behind bars in
Yeah,
League One.
Ivan Toney won't be
They're not.
playing anywhere next season.
No, I think he beats it. I think he beats it. They find a way. There's going to be some, like, probably 5-game suspension or something like that for integrity or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think to
Sure.
Spurs, because it's London. I mean, for us, it's a little different. I got a chance to live there in England for a little while, and if you get a chance to go to London and do whatever it is you do, that's attractive,
Yeah.
and you're on TV, and you go on the USA tour because you're not going on the USA tour with
With Brighton.
anybody below.
That would
6,
give you a better nod at making the English squad more often.
I'm just saying, and
Yeah.
the thing is, it makes it easier to sell Kane.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I think I think Spurs are going to sell their people, and they're going to pull a manager from one of the mid-table up-and-coming teams. I have
I
a
got
feeling
this.
it's Brighton.
I got the
Brighton is
solution, man.
the new Southampton.
Sounds like Lewis needs to be the new manager of Spurs.
Lewis,
Man, he's
the
got it all.
next
He's
Spurs
all got it.
manager.
He's got it all figured out,
Got
man. He's
figured
got a
out.
game
Well,
plan. He's
well,
got a 5-year plan.
the
He's got
funny
a.
thing
He's
is
got it,
that
man.
it sucks because the manager that will be managing Spurs is the one who was in charge when Spurs beat City.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I'm not fond of him at all. But again, I just kind of am looking at. I try to function with very very little bias, or at least see the other side to know. You know what, this could happen, and
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. But if they fail and then they disappear, I could not care less on that either.
No, I'll be happy.
No, absolutely not.
For sure. I think we should put together a Cup Chasers like collective package, and we'll all be the coaching staff. We'll just
Oh,
go
yeah.
in. We'll
Yeah,
all
we'll just
coach,
yeah.
and we can
We have
all we can be the Roman Abramovich plant that just brings them down even more.
just tanks them.
Now I'm gonna throw a
We
little
have
bit of
4
Spurs shade
co-coaches
on
coming
you.
in, some Ted Lasso stuff. Yeah, we got this.
Now this is gonna see they can sign. Who did Ted Lasso sign? They need to sign him.
Yeah,
They need Ted Lasso at Spurs.
He tried.
absolutely.
He got canned.
And you need who they just signed at Ted Lasso's team. Whoever that dude is, the fake Zlatan. They need to sign him
The
too.
fake Zlatan.
The face.
Absolutely. Well, if you're a fan of the fake Zlatan, go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the
Absolutely.
channel and get the notification bell on. We got plenty more coming at you. Thanks for all those listening out there. Thanks for those who are watching as well. I know I've had a good night, and I hope you do the same.